Guys, welcome back again to the channel. Today we are going to make a very simple gown. We are going to be making a bubu gown with front slits and inner belt, and the bubu gown is going to have a very small cowl effect. So if you are interested, please continue watching and make sure you watch the video to the end so you won't miss out of any important information. So with that being said, let's get started. This is the fabric I'll be using for the gown. I have 3 yards of crepe material here. You can actually use a vintage material or a silk material. Any material of your choice is okay. So between 3 yards and 3.5 yards we do, depending on how big you are. So I'm going to start by placing my fabric on fold. I'll be placing it on fold using the half of my shoulder measurement plus the sleeve length. So guys, I've placed my material on fold. I just folded it into 2. So I'm going to measure out half of my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2, 8, which is here. This is 8 inches. From that point, I'll measure out my sleeve length. The sleeve length I'll be making use of is 15 plus extra 2 inches for hemming allowance, making it 17. So what I have here on fold is 25 inches. 25 inches. So this one will be for the back side. I'm going to cut it out now. I'm making use of the entire length because the crepe material is by 60. I'll cut it out now. Then the remaining material will serve for the front. I hope you understand. So let me cut out this part now and fold the front side. This is the back side and this is the front side. So I have like 2 inches extra here. This allowance is for the slit allowance at the front side. So I want to cut it together to save time. Just know that this is the front side here and then this is the back side. So I'm going to start by marking out 1 inch here for my starting point. So this line will serve as my shoulder line now. I'm going to mark out my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2, 8. This is 8 inches for my shoulder measurement. And the neck width for this style is going to be 3.5. Then I mark. My sleeve length will be 15 inches, which is here, plus 2 inches for allowance, making it 17 inches. That is what I have here. So here I'm going to measure 1.5 inches here to slope the shoulder. 1.5 inches. And from this point, from this 1.5 inches here, I'll connect to the neck width. So this is my new shoulder line now. This one. Here I have the sleeve length to be 15. This allowance here is for hemming of the sleeve. So which is 2 inches. I have 2 inches here extra. So at this point, I'm going to measure out my round sleeve. So the round sleeve measurement I'll be working with is 16. 16 divided by 2 will give us 8. So I'll measure 8 inches here and mark. I actually want it loose. And this is 2 inches here. So I'm going to connect the point. I'm going to come here and add 1 inch for sewing allowance. 1 inch extra. So what I have here is 9 inches instead of 8 now. So guys, the next thing I'll be doing is to measure from shoulder to the point where the cowl effect is going to start from. For me, I'm going to measure from shoulder to 36 inches. That's like 3 inches above my knee length. That is where the cowl effect is going to start from. So I'm going to place my tape at this point and measure 36 inches and mark. Here I have 36 inches. This is where the cowl effect is going to start from. And on this line, I'm going to add my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 43 divided by 4 is 10.75. I'll measure 10.75 here. I'm going to add extra 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So altogether, I added extra 3 inches allowance. 2 inches for ease, 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'll measure everything I have here and transfer it to the hemline. So this is the down part. Here I have 14 inches. 14 inches is here. I'll connect with a straight line down to that point. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to connect from this point to this point. So instead of connecting with a curvy shape to that point, I'm going to connect with a straight line so that the cowl effect is not going to be too much. So I'll connect with a straight line. So can you see? So having done that, we are going to work on the neckline. The neck width for this style, like I said before, is 3.5. For the back side, the neck depth is going to be 1 inch because it's going to be high neck, and I'll connect with a very slight curve. So this is for the back. Then for the front, the neck depth is going to be 6 inches. 6 inches. So this is my 6 inches here. And I'm going to place my hand here to transfer the neck width to the front, like this. Because you know the front neck width and back neck width should be the same. So yeah, this is from this point now. I'm going to connect to this point with a straight line. So we are making a V-shaped neckline. If you want, you can go lower than 6 inches for the front side. It's just up to you. So having done that, the next thing I'll be doing is just to add ½ inch here for the shoulder, to join the shoulders together. I hope you understand how I explain it. It's actually very simple. At this point, please give this video a thumbs up so that others can see it as well and watch. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to join the family and turn on your notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you so much. So at this point, I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting, I'm going to remove the back side. I'll remove the back side while we work on the front side. From these pieces here, I'll cut out a facing for the front side. I'll go ahead and place it like this, right side to right side, and I'm going to stitch. I'll stitch like this, and like this. Then after stitching, I will give it a notch and turn to the right side and iron it very well. So guys, after turning the neckline, this is what I have. I'll go ahead and sew the center part and create the slit. I'll measure from shoulder to 35 inches. That is where the slit is going to start from. So I'm going to mark 35 inches. So this is 35 inches here. If you want, you can increase it or reduce it. If you want your slit to be longer, it's up to you. But my own slit is going to start from this 35 inches here. I'm going to stitch from here down to that 35 inches and I'll stop there. So guys, after joining the center, this is what I have. This is our V-neck shape. And like I said, I stopped here at 35 inches. So this opening will be my slit. The next thing I'm going to do now is to go over to the machine and weave. I'm going to weave this side. I'll weave these two sides. So guys, after weaving, the next step is to place this hemming gum inside. I'll start from the neckline. I'll place it inside to help us keep this in place. To fix my inner belt. That's the next thing to do. I'm also going to make use of these pieces to cut out a belt. So you can make use of any wideness of your choice, because after all, the belt is going to be inside, so nobody will see it. So I will cut out like 2 inches on fold, and the length I'll be cutting out to be like around 30 inches. So guys, I have 2 belts here. I'll just go and sew it the same way you sew your belt. I'll fold it into 2, close one side and turn to the right side from the other end. The next step is to attach the belt. From the shoulder, I'm going to measure my under bust. My under bust is 13. I'll come down by 1 inch. So I'm going to be attaching it at 14. At 14 inches. That's 1 inch below my under bust. And from this center line, this joining line, I'm going to share my round under bust measurement. So guys, my round under bust measurement is 34. 34 divided by 2 will give us 17. I'll come to this center line. From here, I will share the 17 inches. So 17 divided by 2 will give me 8.5. From this center line, I'll measure 8.5 and mark. And from this center line towards this side, I'll measure 8.5 and mark. So this is where I'll attach the two belts. So I'm going to pin one belt here. This is the open side. I'll pin it here like this. And the second belt, I'll pin it here. Can you see? So this is our two belts. So I'll go over to the machine to stitch the two belts down. Before you stitch, please make sure to use the matching thread, because it's going to show at this side, at the right side of the fabric. So make sure you use the matching thread. For the back neckline, I'm going to use this bias to turn the neckline. Then after that, I'll join the front and back together at the shoulder. So guys, after ironing flat the shoulder joining, the next thing is to fold the sleeve. So we're going to fold the sleeve. I added 2 inches for turning allowance at the sleeve side. So I'm going to fold in 1 inch. I'll fold in a little and turn like this. So I'm going to sew like this. The same thing to the other side. After turning the sleeve, I'll be back for us to join the two sides. So guys, after turning the sleeve, the next step is to fold it like this. I'll just fold it like this to sew the sides, the two sides of the gown. So I'm going to sew with 1 inch sewing allowance all through down to the hem line. After sewing this side, I'll also close the other side as well. So after that, I'm going to hem the down part. So guys, this is the final look of the gown after joining the two sides. This is the neckline, the V-shaped neckline, and this is the down part. This is the down part and the slits at the front side. So as you can see, this gown is very beautiful. If you like the gown, go ahead and give it a try, and let me know your results in the comment section. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that others can see it as well and watch. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I'll see you again. For now, it is bye bye.